right, let's move on to garlic. This is my favorite food. If any of you get too close to me, you'll see that I had garlic tonight. But garlic is one of the very, very best foods that we can use. Somebody pick one there, because I'm not going to have time to cover everything. Pick any one of the things you want me to talk about.
High blood pressure.
High blood pressure. Garlic helps to bring high pressure down. It does it by dilating blood vessels, letting the blood move better. And that has been very well documented. So thank you. Yes?
Question in regard to that is, do you have to eat the garlic raw in order for it to be effective in lowering high blood pressure, or if you cook it, does it lose its potency?
In answer to that question, I'm going to get into it in just a second, so that's very, very good, so I'll get into it right now. Garlic, and that's a couple of other things. The germanium and your selenium are true trace minerals found in the garlic. The interesting part of that is selenium is well known as a source to fight poisons, and germanium is one of the major anti-cancer fighting herbs or minerals that you can get. It's a trace mineral. You don't need a lot of it. In answer to the question, do you have to eat it raw? Not necessarily. That's best. What happens is this. The majority of garlic grown today, and I grow several a field full of it, but most of your garlic is not grown organically. If it is not grown organically, it definitely will not have these two trace minerals. Minerals are something that are found in the soil. The plants suck up those minerals, and then you eat the plant. It converts those big hunks of selenium and germanium to little ones that your body can assimilate. It's called bioavailability. If it is not in the soil, it will not be in the garlic. So you could be buying fresh garlic, and if it wasn't organically grown, you would not be getting the benefit. Did that answer your question?
Absolutely.
Take another thing, the integrity of a manufacturer. Nature's Sunshine, one of the few places that you'll find in the world, I can't even pronounce the name of the machine, but it's a machine that you put the dust into the machine, and it measures the peaks of all of the various minerals and trace minerals, all of them. So you can see if they're there or not. It's such an expensive machine that very few in the world. We have one. Every shipment of garlic that comes in, we measure, not once a year, not the shipment, but every single barrel. And they better find selenium and germanium, lacking in almost all garlic on the face of the earth, because most of it is grown synthetically.
And the selenium is also good for your eyes.
Yes, it's got a lot of uses. It's a very, very small amount needed, but in the case of garlic, we have the equipment to see if it's there. Take another aspect. That's a lot of money just to check. And it's not checked once a year like most companies. Every barrel. All right? Another aspect. The active ingredients in the name of garlic, it's Allium sativa. Allium is what gives it its nice odor, and it also has a lot of the beneficial aspects. The allium content is destroyed, my notes say at any temperature above about 110. So you can't heat it. If you're going to eat it in the dried form, like we sell it, and you see it in most of the stores, it has to be dried below 110 degrees. The standard operating temperature for drying garlic is 115 to 130. So you destroy most of your allium content. All right, well, Nature's Sunshine makes sure, first off, that it's organic, and they got the machines to check it. Secondly, they dry it slowly below 110. But it goes further than that. They don't do it themselves. They do almost everything themselves. They go to an outside company, the name of it's Botanicals International. What they do is they take the garlic in very, very, very small amounts. Have you seen those little meat grinders? My mom used to have one. It's a little small deal. Well, Botanicals International has this machine And they take the garlic, they dry it, they grind it, then they sift it, and that's what you buy in the capsule. However, it's done not in our big mixing containers. It's done, in this case, little small batches. And, by the way, that little small grinder is surrounded by liquid nitrogen. I understand that's something like 200 degrees below zero. That counteracts any type of heat that might be generated by the grinding process. One of our near competitors lost their entire factory to spontaneous combustion when they were grinding garlic. All right? Well, I grind leaves out here in my garden to put onto the garden, and I got this great big grinder for that. Those leaves will get so hot, you can burn your hand when you put it in there. That's higher than 110. So you can destroy a lot of your beneficial deals just by grinding it if you're not concerned with the quality of the product. That's integrity. A good friend of mine is Alan. He is a pharmacist. In fact, he was the chief resident pharmacist for Walgreens. He did extensive studies on garlic and found that 98% of all garlic had no allicin in it. He wanted them to import and use Nature's Sunshine garlic. Nature's Sunshine would not let them because they were too big a deal. It would be too much competition for people that were selling it, and then we couldn't keep up with the demand if we did give it to them. So anyway, Alan Esper is a personal friend. He gave me all of that information. So you begin to see, again, you have to learn to trust the integrity of a manufacturer. And I'm just scratching the surface. You see what goes into making a quality product. Are you willing to pay for it? Most of us are, if we've got the facts. Because there's a lot of hype. We started on that with aloe. They know what you want to see, and they tell you that.